Good morning. He heard you the first time. You should never have to ask a second. That's too close to begging. Instead, go ask the second man and tell him to fuck himself. You have a beautiful day.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got Derrick Jaxn Jr. over here, man. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe. So, man, yo, listen. Who is a bigger panderer, right? I mean, because I know a lot, maybe some of y'all people aren't hip to this, but I know some of y'all people watch O'Shea do Jaxn, and some of y'all been on TikTok, and I'm pretty sure y'all ran into this person. Tell me, man, tell me who's bigger at pandering to women. This clown right here or Derrick Jaxn, right? So we got this video. We got 3 little videos over here by this guy that goes by Pastor, I think it's PastorPapiDon or whatever his name is, right? And you know, y'all saw the intro, man. Y'all saw some of the stuff that he talks about. And once again, man, this is just pandering to the next level. Some of the things that he say, man, you know, just outright stupid. You know, like I said, sometimes he might have a little bit of truth into some of the shit that he's saying, but outside of that, man, his main content bashing, man, and you know, telling women what they want to hear. And once again, right, if you want to build a following, tell women everything they want to hear. If you want to build a following, tell women everything that they want to hear, right? So when you talk about, right, because it is a big question, right? A big question that some people like to ask is, okay, if the world is ran by men, right, how can we then say that men, right, are oppressing in society? How can men oppress other men? And it happens a lot, right? It happens a lot. Prime example, Tory Lanez, right? Right? We're in a world full of... This world was made by men, right? But yet we got men sitting over here putting another man behind jail. Now we can sit up here and say, well, you know, there was 4 or 5 jurors, female jurors up there, you know, convicting that man of being guilty. But here's the thing, right? That is fine. But who you think put those women in those positions? Men, right? Men put those women in those positions, right? And like I said, man, this is the creation of feminism, right? When you have men that sit up here and, you know, challenge other men like this, when you have men that are like Derrick Jaxn, that are like this guy, that just solely panders to women, those men are raised by a lot of your feminists. Those men are raised by a lot of your feminists, by a lot of women. So they're gonna say a lot of stuff like this, man, to make a lot of your women happy. And it's sad, right? It's sad. It's sad. And like I said, for people, man, who say, well, you know what, hey, you have a world made by men, yet, quote unquote, they are getting oppressed by men, right? You know, because once again, right, men have it hard in this world, but yet you have people that will say, let's put it this way. You have people, you know, that will say, hey, you know, how can men have it hard when the world is made by men? Well, once again, right, number one, it's life. But number 2, you have situations like Tory Lanez. You have situations like Sean Oakman. All these people, man, who get accused of some stuff that they didn't do, but then get sentenced for it, right? That's a man made that society. A man made a society to allow that to happen. These men want to see America fail, right? Because look at the system. But then on top of that, I think a lot of these men are beta male simps. I think a lot of these men are your feminists. These are your men that panders to women, right? Because think about it. Look at all these stores pander to women. All of these stores pander to women. When you go into the Gucci store, what's the first thing that you see? Women clothing, women pocketbooks, women all of this. When you go into Debunking, women. They're always going to push women first. Think about it, people. Think about it. Anytime you go into the store, anytime you go into a clothing store, the first thing that you will see is women. They're going to pander to women. Even you even have a bunch of men that are in stores that essentially run part of this damn country, pander to women, because they understand that women is a driving force. So when you have your men like that's who you will correlate it to. Men like this, men like Derrick Jaxn, you will correlate it to men of this that makes this society those are your beta male simps. Because I don't think if you have a man like myself, if you have a man like Poor Man Podcast, Kevin Samuels, O'Shea Duke Jackson, men like that, if you have a group of men like that, they're not going to allow some of this stuff to happen. They're not going to allow a brothers getting locked up for no reason because a woman says so. So let's go ahead and look at some of these videos, man, Derrick Jaxn Jr. Then created.
Nigga got paid this week. Fucking think about you. Did he hit you off with that? But then he in your fucking text message talking about, hey, what's up? What you doing this weekend? You was on my mind. How the fuck was she on your mind? You ain't sending no fucking money, stupid. That's why it's always cool to keep a calm in case one of these dickheads don't fully provide. Stop think you can't be a player too. Keep two men until one of them want to over provide the other one. When one pays for everything, then you can have a man. Fuck out of here.
Pandering at its finest. He's not talking about people that's in a relationship. Let's just be real. He's talking about women, man, that are trying to fill men out in order to get a relationship. So here's his logic, right? Well, you know what? Hey, because he got paid today. He didn't break none of that bread off to you. He didn't give you none of that money. Well, I didn't know that he was working to live for someone else. I thought he was working to live for himself, right? Say if he got them freaking, say if he out here struggling a little bit, living check to check or whatever situation could be. You think he could just up and just give the damn chick some money that he not even dating, that he's not even married to? It makes no sense. And this is pandering at its finest. This is pandering at its finest, right? You want him to give up money. You want him to give up money to somebody, man, that's not even benefiting him at all. At all. It'd be a different story if that was his girlfriend, if that was his wife. And even then, unless they have it set up, even then, why would he then sit up here and automatically think, well, okay, well, I just got paid. Let me go ahead and give my girl some money. Like, come on, man. Unless if she has her own jobs, he don't need to be sitting over here just constantly giving her money as if, like, hey, part of my paycheck goes to her. Anytime a man sit up here and say, well, part of my paycheck goes to my girl, that's an issue, bro. Like, bro, you're an imp. You're an imp, my nigga. You're an imp. Why do I say that? Because you're sitting over here trying to give this, you're sitting over here willing to go broke, or you're willing to sit up here, man, and go broke, and or give this woman money just so she can feel happy. And I understand it, right? As a man, you're going to take care of your woman. But here's the thing, right? If you're not my girl, I'm not obligated to give you nothing. Just because I don't give you money, just because I don't give you part of my paycheck, doesn't mean I don't value you. Doesn't mean that you're just some chick that I'm just out here just trying to bone. If I'm getting paid, I'm getting paid, and I got bills I got to take care of. I got other people that needs my help. Right now, you're my girl. Now, if you with me, I'm gonna make sure you're straight. But I don't sit over here and expect money from. Don't sit over here and expect money from my check. It just doesn't make no sense, right? It doesn't make no sense. This is why I say this is pandering. This is pandering. Like I said, anytime a man come up to another man and say, well, yeah, I give part of my check to my girl. No questions asked, no nothing. They're gonna look at you weird. They're gonna be like, is this nigga crazy? Like, what? Cause that's not normal. That's not something that normal men do. To sit up here and get a check and then just give it off to a girl that they hardly even know, that they are just trying to meet. And that's the thing about it. He's trying to sit over here and tell women, hey, keep two men, right? Get ran by two men. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with having meat here and there. But when you're talking about this message, hey, you're entertaining one guy, right? That guy could probably be doing everything that guy can probably be sitting here trying to pull out all the stops, right? But because he ain't giving you a little bit of money from his damn check, hey, he doesn't value you, sis. That's an issue. That's an issue, and that's imp behavior. That's an imp mentality.
Good morning. He heard you the first time. You should never have to ask a second. That's too close to begging. Instead, go ask the second man and tell him to fuck himself. You have a beautiful day.
So the solution to this right here is just to simply say, hey, let me just go ahead and go find another nigga. Simply because this guy probably just didn't hear me. Or simply because this guy got something else he has to try to figure out. That's what I'm saying, man. This is pandering at its finest. This is pandering at its finest. This is not something that he would First of all, right? First of all, this is not something he would tell his son. Let's just be real. This is not something that he would tell his son to do. This is not something that he would tell his son to do. He would not tell his son to accept this type of behavior from any woman. If a woman is willing to do this, if a woman is willing to take his advice and do this right here, dog, there will be no reason to even be dating women around this time. This would be the top reason why a lot of your men just sit over here and smash and dash on women, because some women be having this kind of mindset. Some women be having this kind of mindset. Well, you know what, hell, if he ignores me, then shoot, forget him. I'm moving on. Because he ignored you one time, or because you know, hey, he got something else he gotta goddamn do, you're gonna say, well, you know what, because he ignored me, I'm gonna go ahead and entertain somebody else. He will not have his son accept this type of behavior from any woman. But yet he's trying to tell women, hey, this is how you should treat somebody else's son, though. Pandering at its finest.
What's a woman's life without a man? I'll tell you, it's happy. No stress, no one to worry about, no one controlling her. So entering a woman's life, you must be her peace and you must be her relief. The happier a woman is with you is the happier that you'll be with her.
He's just simply saying happy wife, happy life. When we all know that is not the truth, right? When we all know that's not the truth, because you have a lot of women, right? That will sit up here and say, well, he's not spending too much time with me, right? Then you spend time with her. Well, you know what, shoot, you know, you're around me too much. Then when you sit over here and say, okay, well, fine then, right? I'm gonna go back to work. Then it's, oh, well, he spent too much time at his job and not around his family and not around his wife. He doesn't give me enough attention. Then it's like, okay, so you go back, you keep playing these games, right? A lot of your women get upset. Oh, well, he's not hitting it right. Oh, well, he's doing this. Oh, well, he's doing that. They're out of the door. That happy wife, happy life stuff doesn't exist, people. It does not exist. What about the man's happiness? If a man is not even happy, how can he make you happy? If a man is miserable, struggling, doing all this stuff, how can he make you happy? Right? So at the end of the day, y'all have to reciprocate the same, right? Y'all have to reciprocate the same more on her end than on the man's end, because the man, he reciprocates his love and his energy through his works. Whereas a woman, she does it through her works too. She does it through her works too. And that's how you're supposed to freaking live life. Through works. But once again, right, you have this parent right here who's trying to sit up here and say, well, hey, look, if he's not making you happy, then sis, of course you're going to be upset, and of course you're not going to want to deal with him anymore. So of course, leave him and just go figure out and go find somebody else. When 9 times out of 10, it's probably her that's an issue. But 9 times out of 10, she's probably the reason why she's not even happy her damn self. But yeah, we're going to try to put all of that pressure on the brother. You can't do that. You can't do that, because once again, if I'm the head of my household, if any man is the head of their household, don't you think he has to be the one to be taken care of the most? Don't you think he's the one that has to be on his P's and Q's? He's the one that has to be taken care of the most, but also he's the one that has to have the most responsibility. That's a fact. That is a fact. The man in the household has to have the most responsibility, also while being taken care of the most. That's facts. He's the number one in the household. So why do we have people like this who still keep saying happy wife, happy life? It's only to make women feel good. Well, you know what? Hey, shoot, hey, listen, as long as I'm freaking happy, shoot, man, you know, boy, you can get anything you want. Okay, well, shoot, I done made you happy, I done bought you food. Can you suck my meat? I'm not really down with all of that. Well, shoot, all right, well, shoot, let me put you in a figure 4. I'm not really flexible. I'm not really doing all of that. Then on top of that, I don't even feel like cleaning dishes, because I'm just not really into that. Like, you know, why can't we both clean dishes? Why can't you clean dishes one day and I clean dishes one day? Well, shit, why can't you pay the bills then? Well, that's more of a man's job. You're supposed to pay the bills. Well, you know what, man? I'm really don't want to take care of the kids. I want to kind of go out and go do my own thing. Want to go work and do all of this stuff. Well, look, baby, shoot, you know, ain't nothing wrong with getting a little part-time job here and there, man, but somebody got to attend to these kids. Well, you know, I feel controlled and I feel like, you know, this is my only job. Baby girl, I give you money. I make sure you're good. I'm paying the bills. All I ask you to do is just take care of the household. Well, why do I have to take care of the household when, you know, when we're both in it together? It's 50-50. And see, and this is the thing about it, right? That's what I'm saying. You have men that sit up here and bust their ass and do all of that and get this and get that response. But then they sit over here and talk about happy wife, happy life. It makes no sense. But let's continue.
The better you take care of a woman, the better she takes care of you. The more money that you spend on bills and the things to relieve her of those stresses, the more money she has to indulge on you. Whatever you give a woman and whatever you do for her, she gives it to you times 10 back. The only men that'll complain about that are bozos. Men who don't have shit are men who are insecure. Stay away from them. 2023 is right around the corner. It's a new season to get new men. Stay bozo free.
Right, and then going back on what he was saying, man, you give her what 5 things, she'll give it to you back tenfold. That is false. That is false, man. Because literally, if life worked that way, man, plenty your divorce rates would be hella low and your marriage rates would be hella high. But once again, that same example I just gave y'all, where a woman would sit up here and say, well, happy wife, happy life. But then you sit up here and say, okay, well, I'm paying all the bills. I'm making sure you're good. All I'm asking you to do is just take care of the household. Then you'll get back, well, why can't we just go freaking half on dishes? Well, it's both of our house. Why I have to be the one that's doing all the cleaning? Well, once again, as a man, I'm the one that has all the responsibilities. So given that I'm a man, I gotta take care of everything, and I'm the one with all the responsibilities. All I ask you to do is do certain things. And given that he's the man and he's the leader, you have to make sure that he's taken care of. Ain't no such thing as no happy wife, happy life. Because if that man ain't doing good, she ain't gonna be doing good, of course. If he's not doing good, she's not going to be doing good. But once again, you got too many men out here, man, that put too much into marriage, into relationships, and they only get half out. They put 100 in and only get 50 out of it from the woman. But yet, once again, it's happy wife, happy life. But like I said, you got a man that's sitting over here giving you everything you need, but it's always met with a rebuttal. Well, why I got to do this? God gave you 2 hands. Well, shoot. Tyrone next door, he don't make me do all of that. Why shoot? He don't make me sit here and clean dishes and all that. He do whatever I ask him to do. Right? It's because, man, a lot of your women don't have that mindset of how to be a freaking true woman. So once again, ain't no such thing as happy wife, happy life. Because like I said, if the leader of the household is not taking care of his responsibilities, your wife will never be happy. That is a fact. That is a fact. So like I said, we can keep pandering, we can keep sitting over here trying to pander to women, but it's only gonna make the situation worse. It's only gonna make the current situation that we're in, worse. Women can sit up here and say and do whatever, the accusations, all of this stuff. As long as we continue to allow shit like this to happen, you're gonna continue to have more Derrick Jaxns. You're gonna continue to have more people that think like this, and have more women, man, that say, hey, happy wife, happy life, but they're so entitled that they don't want to do nothing for their man. And as far as Derrick Jaxn, man, like, look, you look at his wife, right? Derrick Jaxn, in my opinion, and from what I see, Derrick Jaxn had the ideal wife, in my opinion, right? I don't care about some of the shit, man, that she said, towards the people that was saying something about her.
Every person speaking against the names Danae Jaxn and Derrick Jaxn in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies, may the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You've been warned. And if you want to know where that is at in the Bible, go to Psalm 109. Go to Psalm 35, go to Psalm 140, go to Psalm 141, and keep our names out of your mouth.
I don't care about none of that, right? Derrick Jaxn messed this woman up. Let's just be real. Derrick Jaxn messed this woman up. He messed her up. And like I said, if you want to go out there and go cheat, do whatever, bro. But there's a way you go about certain stuff, right? He's going out here to go cheat, taking pictures with these women, doing all of this stuff. And it's like, God damn, do you really not care about your wife? And you got caught too? Do you really not care about your wife? The fact that she sat up here, man, he had her looking low-key raggedy on that damn video. It was really stupid, if you ask me. That video, man, where he got caught cheating the first time, and black women still kept running back over there. Oh yeah, we forgive you, Derrick Jaxn. But let somebody like Russell Wilson cheat one good time. Right? Black women will try to cancel that nigga everywhere. Try to cancel him. Oh man, he's a cheater. He messed up his own family. Look at Tom Brady. He gets flack and he never even cheated. And he gets freaking hella flack. And he never cheated. right? Oh, well, he want to give up his damn career, blah, blah. So many women, man, disapprove of Tom Brady, even though he was a family man, even though he took care of his family. Yeah, was he on the field every year? Yes. Oh, well, that's his life. That's his goals. That's what he wanted to do. How can a damn female man who never played a down of football in her life come into his life and tell him, hey, you can't do this no more. Hey, you can't do what you always love to do. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So when you look at Derrick Jaxn, right? He put his wife through all of that stuff. He put his wife through all of that stuff. And then to the point where she even had to make that video. And it's like, I feel bad for her. I really do. I really do, man. Because I'm going to just be real with you. That is what an average man would want. Out of a woman, she looks pretty. She ain't the baddest. She ain't the baddest. But she damn sure is not ugly. She is damn sure not ugly. And to me, outside looking in, it looked like he had a great wife. It looked like he had a great wife. And he messed it up like that, man. So, you know, like I said, this right here is all. This right here is what you're gonna. It's gonna be Derrick Jaxn number 2. It's gonna be Derrick Jaxn number 2, man. You know, and I'm not. You know, I don't. Like I said, I don't use a lot of people's past against them. But when you look at this brother, first of all, the tattoos is already a no-go, right? When you talk about Pookies and Ray Rays, that's a nigga you talk about. You do not. That's the nigga, man. Plenty of men tell women to avoid, right? He's just out here just trying to make it sound sweet. He's just out here trying to get women to be on his side. He's trying to pander to women. And once again, if that's how you want a big following, that's all you got to do. Pander to women. Tell black women what they want to hear. Y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.
Because every time he fuck around, he get caught. Every time he fuck around, he get caught. There's not a time. He done brought the bitches in his house, everything. He gets caught. He get caught. And I had to ask him, I said, listen to me. Because I don't want to think that Daryl is that stupid. And I don't want his wife putting no type of curses and speaking in tongues over my family here. Because I'm a married woman. I pray over my family, okay? I pray over my family. Let me ask my husband something. Babe, you going to be this close to a woman and you done been caught cheating? What'd you say? Turn on your mic. So he too close. It's just a story. Even if nothing is going on, right? This could be taken wrong, correct? Thank you. Lay low. What'd you say?